This is Module 2, Onboarding by Maria Fernanda Villada. This is a 1-hour onboarding titled Reach Evaluation for Provisionary Appointed Teachers. This is a professional development course for new teachers in the Chicago Elementary School. This virtual training allows new educators to familiarize themselves with the Reach evaluation process, which they will have to partake in for the next 3 to 5 years or until tenured. This onboarding is developed with the constructivism theory in mind. According to Ethmert and Newby, 2013, constructivism argues that learning derives from the learner's interpretation of experiences. This onboarding session is also reflective of Dewey's educational philosophy. In Liz Cobb's 2021 article, she emphasizes that Dewey placed an emphasis on the connection of students and authentic real-world application. These practices are embedded into the onboarding session because they require incoming teachers to actively partake in breaking down the REACH process for future implementation through the use of their pre-developed schema composed of their background knowledge and student teaching practicum hour experiences. They do this through experiential activities in the onboarding session. The onboarding roles are all completed by myself, including the instructional designer, subject matter expert, and facilitator. This onboarding session is 1 hour long and it is composed of an icebreaker, activities, and assessments. The icebreaker is a 10-minute activity. The first activity is also 10 minutes long. The second activity is 15 minutes long. The third activity is 15 minutes long, and the pre and post assessments are 5 minutes. This totals 1 hour. There are 3 objectives in this onboarding session. The first objective is teachers will be able to understand the process of getting evaluated as a PAT. The second objective is teachers will be able to distinguish the criteria on the REACH evaluation rubric of the 4 proficiency levels. And the third objective is teachers will be able to navigate the Chicago REACH evaluation interface. The assessments in this course are in the form of a Google form assessment and will be given before and after the onboarding training. The assessment asks the learner about their ability to complete the objectives on a sliding scale and to be reflective. The icebreaker is titled 2 Truths and 1 Lie Student Teaching Edition. Each teacher will go around the Google Meet using Jamboard and say 2 truths and 1 lie about an event or experience that happened to them during their student teaching practicum hours. The other teachers will have to figure out which one of the statements is a lie. After a few have guessed, then the original creator of the statement will reveal which was the lie. The icebreaker will have the teachers build rapport because they are all coming from a similar background of student teaching. We're going to begin with an icebreaker. This icebreaker is called 2 Truths and 1 Lie, Student Teaching Edition. This is a student teaching edition since everyone is a new teacher. You have just finished an educational program and your student practicum hours. I'm going to send you a link for a Jamboard in the chat so that everyone can access it, and we're going to go through the instructions. Activity 1 is titled Evaluation Process and Expectations. The students will learn about the evaluation process and the expectations of REACH through the presentation. Discussion points are going to be integrated into the presentation as well as multiple choice checkpoints. Activity 2 is titled Jigsaw REACH Rubric. The teachers will split into 4 groups. Each group will partake one of the 4 domains of the REACH rubric. They will fill out a digital graphic organizer to distinguish between the rating profiles and how each of them will look in the classroom. They will be able to reference this document later for real-world application. We reached our second activity. This activity is a jigsaw. This is going to be a reflective practice, and you're going to create a document that you can use later in your practice. The REACH rubric is separated into 4 domains. So we're going to separate into 4 equal groups. The third activity is titled Interface Usage Support Scavenger Hunt. In this activity, the teachers will use their new credentials to log into the Reflect and Learn interface that they will need to access for their evaluations. They will complete a scavenger hunt with the interface to be able to access all the needed parts of the interface for when they will be evaluated.